Hi everyone, so today I'll be trying out the bonus item that Spellbinders has added to the Deluxe Caboodle this month. It's a set of stencils that coordinate with the clear stamp of the month, which I already tongue-tied in like, what, 10 seconds? Oh my gosh, okay. I was gonna say, I already talked about these items in the main unboxing and I'll link that video in the description box. So I will say Spellbinders did send these items free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own. And the links I'll have in there for the US and the UK in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you're purchase items to those links. So thanks for using those if you would like. I super appreciate it. It really does help keep the channel going and keeps this as my job, right? So there you go. So I already work with the clear stamp. I think we used the sentiments a couple times, but today we're going to use these cute stencils that go along with it. So I'm going to come up with something, not quite sure yet what, that will work with the Autumn Whim stamp set here. And of course you have the dies, so I mean you can use these stencils to color in. It's basically helping you color in this larger stamp. But you can also cut things out, right? So after you've done that, you have that. So I was thinking about making a background. I'm not sure yet. So let me kind of think about that. I'll grab some papers and things and we will get started. Okay, I think I'm going to use this cream colored cardstock and just cut it down to A4 size and see what we can do. And if I need to trim it down, I'll do that. Matte layers or whatever we might need to do. So 5.5 by 4.25 for now. And then we'll, oh, it's a little dirty there. So maybe I'll just cut 4.25 over here. And I'll use this opposite piece. That's odd. I don't know where that came from. Okay, and then I'm going to use a stamp positioner because I'm going to, again, stamp up high on the paper and then down on the lower quadrant, or area, should I say. Try to doctor it up and then using words we don't need to use. We're not doing quads on this, just half and half. Alright, there we go. Ah, it smells so good. I have to smell it. Sorry guys, that's just... Do you guys have to do that? It's just my guilty pleasure smelling photopolymer stamps. Okay, so if that was there, you know how it is when you measure something like with going like this and then you move over to a place to see if it fits? That's what I'm doing here with this hand, but I think this is better than that kind of thing. Maybe a little bit further up. Okay. I really hope this doesn't move too much. I think I need to put another little piece of tape or something on here. Okay, because this is a photopolymer stamp. You know, they're kind of sticky when you first get them. So I really need this to not move. So I'm going to put a little piece of tape there. Smallest bit up top to not hit the stamp that I just put on there. I'm going to use brown ink. I thought, why not? Let's try that. And I am using Memento ink. You want to use a hybrid ink. You want to use something where it's not going to reactivate when you go into to add your color, right? I guess it depends on what kind of inks you're using. You go to color, but let's see how that goes. I really gave it a good scrubby scrub to get the color on there, but also to try to get rid of some of that stickiness. That is very cute. That came out perfectly. Okay, I'm gonna put this up here. Love the little candle. Okay, so I didn't wash this off and I'm not going to, so I'm just going to hold it and wherever it goes, that's where I'm going to put it because I'm sure it's going to leave some little ghosting. I wanted to see how you can kind of, if it's made so that they kind of nestle into each other, you know, for the next set. And it looks pretty good, I think, right? Like right here. Maybe right there. These aren't going to be as nestled in as the other ones, but that's okay. I was thinking about putting our sentiment kind of down in here anyway. But that's not too bad of a matchup. Maybe I should have gone a little bit more to the right. But see how I did a little, so I did clean it off. So hopefully it didn't move. Let me ink this guy up. Over here, not too rough. If I got any ghosting, then I'm just going to do it again. Oh, looks great. Okay, so I'm gonna let that set up for a moment while I go and clean this off now. I just didn't want a lot of like liquids or anything to get in there and then have to kind of deal with that. I'd rather just place it carefully like I did. But look how cute that is. I mean, honestly, you can't even tell, I don't think. At least I can't. Okay, let me go clean that off and then we'll start doing some stenciling here. And I will be right back. Oh my gosh, you guys, I brought this out and I was like, okay, I know they say 1, 2, 3, 4. And, you know, I brought this and I put this down and I'm like, to see these first ones, I'm like, oh, actually, it matches up really well, you know, with even the ones down at the bottom. I thought, well, then why does it say 1, 2, 3, 4, you know? Hello. I mean, I did a pretty good job, I guess, lining that up because, I mean, this is like spot on. This one might be a little bit off. No, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 because I double stamped it. So it's supposed to be 1, right? You match up these guys. And then you come back and do 2, which would match up these guys. But since I stamped it the way I did, it pretty much works doing it all at once, which is kind of interesting. But you still have to move this, obviously, to get this acorn, right? So that's kind of cute. I didn't even try for that. I think we're going to have to use a ton of colors, and I think I'm going to use finger daubers. Oops, sorry, guys. Let me see if these are still in good shape. I have some finger daubers that are kind of old, and last time I used them, they were kind of falling apart. So maybe I just don't scrub too much, and I just kind of dab. Yeah, these guys are ancient, and they just started shedding. Okay, so when I say we need a lot of colors, I mean, if that's your little pine cone, maybe we're doing... That is so funny, because I could definitely just work on it right now when I'm here and here. Maybe I will, just because it's like, you know, we're already here. I do have to move it a little bit, but not too crazy. So let's take that, and let's say that's our little pine cone color. And I like to do things in a fun way, so I don't have to put too much color there. Maybe this little guy too. Let's see, they're falling apart. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let me get a different set. Okay. When I first grabbed the other set, you probably heard something fall, and that was the set that I normally use. So, of course. I mean, I'm using a lot of brown, but I don't mind the center of that guy being also brown. And then this can be a darker brown. So that's the only thing that's scary if I switch off. Okay. I am going to switch off to a darker brown. And is that corn? Or is that a tight pine cone? What do you guys think? Okay, I'm going to go with this darker brown. And I think that's it for right now. And that looks like it would be corn. Yeah, we're going to be using lots of colors today, guys. Let me, of course, my yellow's way at the bottom. Okay. I think you get the idea. I don't want to take up too much of your time, like switching back and forth with things. So what I'm going to do is do another little bit here with you guys, and then I'll put in some music or something, because this is going to be a little bit switching back and forth. At least on this one. So if I have some yellow, okay. I mean, that looks like corn to me. I don't know. What do you guys think? Okay, a little yellow. I'm going to need that again later. And then like this orange one for our pumpkin. It's cute. I'll leave this here because we're going to need it again down here. Let's do some red for that. The little mushroom, right? Why not? Cute. And then you have the flame here, which I suppose could be also be kind of red and maybe a little bit orangey, right? And then you have this inside of this guy. Now, maybe we should go with like purple, just something cute, unexpected. So I'm just grabbing some purple on this other finger here. Right? A little purple. And then we have this leaf down here that maybe can be a little bit orangey yellow also, like this. Okay. The leaf one is a little bit off, I will say. The stencil of it looks a little different. So maybe that. I know it's right by the pumpkin, but that's okay. Okay, so now I'm going to bring this down and color in what I didn't get to color earlier, which is down here, right, with the lightest brown, right? And pretty much the same thing we just did, but in the opposite areas. Okay, so that's that. And I shed all my little finger daubers. Okay, so that was the one set that had 1 and 2. And then this one that has 3 and 4. That is so funny the way that worked out. Okay. 3 is in the top and 4 is in the bottom. And again, people do ask, can you buy them later? I don't know, because sometimes you can. So some of the items that they'll include, you know, as a little freebie, they will have later. This is interesting. This one's lining up in a weird way. Hold on. That's odd. Okay. It's a little bit off from the image on that one. So I don't know, on this top one. Let me see. Oh, I will need maybe some more yellowy colors. So I'm going to go with the deeper for this guy. But I wouldn't count on it, I guess is what I would say on this one. But, you know, they might. A lot of times when it's something small like this, they just had the one and done kind of thing. I don't think I need purple anymore, so I'm going to put that away. Maybe I need more orange. And now I need some green, right? So let's do green for this leaf here. Really gotta get in there on this one. Oh, there it goes. Okay, there we go. And then we have some green over here too, which I can just use the same green, but just lighter maybe. And then we have, I guess that's all that one has. The one down here that's at the bottom right now has a gourd. It has some umbrella pieces, and it has a little bit more of the rainbow. So if I went with purple, we haven't had blue in here yet, huh? So maybe a little blue. Let's grab a little blue. This is getting crazy, guys. Little blue. I don't even know where to put this. Okay, we're done with purple, so that's good. And kind of a deep blue, right? Going with fall. A little blue like this. Okay. And then our gourd, that would be cute if it was like a creamy color, but I think we're going to have to go with like a yellow-orange kind of color. So I'm going to keep this blue out because there's plenty of ink on it. I don't think we use this brown again right now, right? So I can put that away. We didn't use any brown. Okay, so I'm going to put this brown away too. And then our gourd can be more of an orange, like actual orange color, which I guess I should have done for the pumpkin. This one's actually called pumpkin. Let's use that one, a really deep color for this guy down here. Not everything's going to be colored, and maybe it's possible that some of these guys... Oh, that looks cute. I like the way I did that, where it's a little less in the center. And then we have this umbrella. Maybe that's green, more green. We have green. What other color can we use? I'm thinking yellow again. Yeah, there's not a lot of yellow around there. How about lemon yellow, just to make it a little bit different? This yellow right here. It's possible that when you move this around, some of these things can color, like this little acorn. But I don't know, they look like they're different. Okay, so now I'm going to take a moment to go ahead and color this down here. And same thing, just moving this down, and I'll be back. Okay, guys, I think I got it. Very cute. I mean, just a little color here and there. I think it's cute. Okay, let me clean up, put things away, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I have a card base here. It is your standard, you know, A2, so 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. And maybe I'll trim this down just a little bit. I have it pretty well centered, but I do want just a little bit coming off of like this side, a little more than over here, and I'll make it 4 1/8 if I can. I think that'll even that out. And then just take, see there's more at the bottom, so I'm going to take a little more off this bottom part and make it 5 3/8. That'd be like there. Not too bad. All right. And then let's go ahead and glue that down. Yeah, and I will be right back. I have my card under here just staying down, so I think I'm going to do Hope This Season Wraps You in Comfort. And I think, well, we have dies for some of them, but not maybe all of it, so I don't know if there's one for this one, to be honest. Let's see. Oh, it looks like we do. But I was going to do like a sash, like across the middle, or however, like in here. I don't want to cover too much. I mean, we can do it sideways too. I'm just not that artsy, I suppose. And then what color to choose from the background. I was thinking bringing some of the blue up, which is kind of an interesting color to bring up, right? Let me think. I'll get this stamped and I'll be right back. Let's go with that. Now I'm going to stamp in black, although brown would be, you know, maybe more ideal for this card since we did the background stamping in brown, but I'm just going to go for it. And then I'm just going to cut this strip and maybe we'll back it up with some more craft card. I don't know, just to kind of tie it in. Maybe I should do this straight. So I'm just going to take this to my paper trimmer. That's still crooked. So anyhow, I don't even know what I was going to say. All right, guys, let's put this. Something about that looks crooked. Let's do it again. I think this is a straight piece of card. So let's go down here because I know down here it looks pretty straight. Okay. I just want it to be straight. So when I pick it up, using my grids, it's straight. Okay. And then I'll just cut this to like a 1/2 inch strip or whatever looks right. Maybe it's a little bit wider than 1/2 inch. Let me see. Just about 1/2 inch. By 5 and... by 5.5. Let's do the whole thing. Okay, guys, I went to cut this down and I realized I didn't want 5.5. Sorry, guys. The whole 4 1/4, right, in that direction. So 4 1/4 inches wide. And it's just over 1/2 inch. So I'm going to cut a piece of craft card that is 4 1/4 by like, I don't know, 3/4 inch or so. Oh, you know, I'm thinking we could have made it very punny and we could have had that as a wraparound, right? But that's okay. It kind of wraps the card, right? It's going to go from one side to the other, but there we go. All right, and I'm just going to stick it down. I don't really want to cover that little candle. It's so cute, but oh well, that's what's going to happen. Let me see. Maybe I'll move it down lower. But I did make this so it's completely one side to the other. There is no, you know, side edges here that are like craft card. So we have that there. Maybe we could put it down here. It doesn't have to be... That'd be cute. Right in the center seems kind of too on the nose anyway, right? So let's put it right here. Okay, and I'm just going to glue that down and I'm going to put my little plate on top of that to hold it down. Like here. Cute. Now we can also put this so we know it's nice and straight. Oh yeah, that's perfect. I can see it's just right at that line. And I always give it a moment to hold on because when you go to put something heavy on top, it's possible that you move it. So I want it to hold on before I let it sit for a while. Okay, there we go. And I'll put that on top, maybe with a little machine. I'll clean up and I'll be back. Okay, guys, let's take a look at our card. And that is so cute. I mean, just that little bit of color here and there and the colors being kind of warm. Really sweet. So thanks for watching, guys. Again, if you sign up for the Deluxe Caboodle, this is what you'll be receiving this month for free. A little bonus stencil set. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll have images coming up. Again, the links will be in the description box for the US and the UK. And I will see you all at the next one. Bye now.